It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News, a special broadcast on Saturday. There's several reasons for it. One is a particular story we're going to be talking about, and the other is because of yesterday primarily. But anyway, a special broadcast of travel and cruise industry news on this Saturday morning, the 6th day of August. And today, our main story, what we're going to talk about, it's the only real story this morning. Carnival and Royal Caribbean both updated their short cruise testing protocols yesterday, both with the design of clearing up the confusion. Unfortunately, there's still some confusion, folks, which we're going to chat about all of that here this morning. Today is National Mustard Day. I have a mustard story, as a matter of fact, but I am not a particular mustard fan. I'm not opposed to it. I do like mustard on certain select sandwiches, like if I'm doing a ham and cheese sandwich, I like that with mustard, or some deli meats. But like, I don't use mustard on hot dogs. I don't use mustard on hamburgers. I don't use mustard on a lot of things. But a story about mustard has to do with the fact that many of you know that I've been going through now my second round of chemo. And one of the side effects of the chemo happened before on the first round of hard chemo and the chemo that I'm on now, is I get these awful hand cramps, especially at night, and the first thing anybody says, oh, you're not drinking enough water. I drink gallons of water every day. So it's not the fact that I'm dehydrated. It's a side effect of the chemo. Do you know, and I know this is hard to do, but if you have hand cramps, folks, or any kind of cramps, go grab a jar of mustard and take a spoonful and eat it. I know that sounds gross, eating mustard straight up, but man, it cures them in a heartbeat. No more cramps for a while, at least. So every now and then, if I start getting those cramps, rather than sitting here and being miserable, I'll run to the refrigerator and I'll pull out a jar of mustard. And the first time I heard about this was back in the days when I was going to the Y all the time on doing water aerobics, but this was pre-COVID. This was pre-cancer. This was, back a few years ago. And there was some people that would get cramps in the water, and the lifeguards would carry packets of mustard and take a couple packets out, and you open it and just unload the packets. Couple packets and you were fine. Wow. Anyway, so there's more about mustard than just eating it on a hamburger or a hot dog. But since it's National Mustard Day, if you want a hot dog, yeah, go get a hot dog. That's okay. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the show via the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from, like, all the main guys: Stitcher, Pandora, Podchaser, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, all of them. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guide. All right, those of you that have followed me along know that we had some new folks yesterday. And those of you that have watched my numbers, and I know a couple of you do, know that yesterday was probably the best day I've ever had since I started this channel. I don't even know how many years ago now, 10 years ago or so. The final scorecard from yesterday, because of the podcast in the New York Times that I was on yesterday, The final scorecard for the day was 136 new subscribers, 3,790 new views. Now, it was across the board. That wasn't just yesterday's show. 526 first-time visitors. 157 watched the show yesterday. That was just during the day yesterday. 410 watched Thursday's show. And 303 watched the Cruise Amigos. It was Thursday afternoon. Now, keep in mind that podcast went live at 5 a.m. yesterday. So people listened to that early in the morning before our show and then came to my channel after they listened to the podcast and then started checking me out. So that's why the big jump in numbers from Thursday, it was in that time frame until my show went live yesterday at 11 o'clock. I also had 70 new visitors to my blog. So that was just a fantastic day for me. So to all of you guys, if you're out there listening today, I so much appreciate it. And it was obviously helpful to the channel. And feel free to hop in anytime you're with us. Stick your name in the chat room and say hello. And I tell you, all my guys that are regulars over there, they're going to say hello right back to you. They always have and always will. So anyway, it was a great day yesterday, and I so appreciate it. All right. I'll be back with a little topic about the confusion with Carnival and Royal Caribbean after a word from one of our network sponsors. All right. I will get over to see everybody in the chat room. I see quite a few of you are here. Thank you for coming in today without any special ado. Okay. Here's the problem we had. Yesterday, the first thing that happened was Carnival updated their protocols. Now, if you recall back, Carnival had updated the protocols to say that you only had to have pre-cruise testing. You did not have to have pre-cruise testing unless you were going to the Bahamas, Grand Cayman, and Bermuda. That was the three things that were exempted from the new policies. No short term, these are cruises less than 6 days, 6 days or less. So no pre-cruise testing unless you're going to the Bahamas, Bermuda, and Grand Cayman. Well, that immediately started just a total confusion about people that were going to the Bahamas, because there's so many things that they're either going to Nassau or Freeport or the private islands. Other cruise lines were saying, "Oh, wait a minute, Carnival's, you're making you test if you got to go to the Bahamas, or is our cruise line wrong?" So it started this total confusion everywhere. So then Carnival comes back and changes it yesterday and says, you don't have to test if you are going to the Bahamas. Okay, that's great. So everybody's going, whew. But then their official standing on this then would be that you still have to test if you're going to Bermuda or you're going to Grand Cayman. All they said in the update yesterday is that you no longer have to test if you're going to the Bahamas. Stop there a minute. Right after that, Royal Caribbean updates theirs. And theirs says no testing required unless you're going. This is again on short cruises. This is all on short cruises, folks. Don't tie this into anything that's over 6 days. If it's 6 days or less, both are the same on that one. Well, Royal Caribbean says if you're on a short cruise, you don't have to have pre-cruise testing unless you're going to Canada or Bermuda. Now, time out. One side says, or Carnival says, you don't have on Grand Cayman or Bermuda. Royal Caribbean says Canada or Bermuda. They wonder why we're confused. So I go back and I go through the websites. Well, in fact, Royal Caribbean website is consistent, at least, with that. And it does state that if the cruise includes Canada and Bermuda, testing or pre-cruise testing will remain in place. All right, so I found that one out. So then I had to go look at Carnivals. Carnival says, except for sailings visiting Bermuda. That's what the website says. Okay, people. Royal Caribbean at least is consistent with what they said in their update and on their website. Carnival, unfortunately, has still now never said anything about Grand Cayman. At least say you no longer have to test if you're going to Grand Cayman. You need to state that since you stated it the other way before. And then what about Canada? Now we've got the confusion. Royal Caribbean is saying, if you're going to Canada, you've got to test. Is Carnival just skipping that? If we're going to Canada on a Carnival ship on a short cruise, there are short cruises that stop in St. John's and Nova Scotia and Halifax. I know I've been on 5-day cruises up there, and they still have them scheduled. So, to me, we still have confusion. The websites differ. Royal Caribbean, now you don't have to test on short cruises unless you're going to Bermuda, period. Royal Caribbean, unless you're going to Canada or Bermuda, period. Can I give you guys some advice? Crystal ball. Let's look at a crystal ball. If you're going to any of those places, Bermuda, Canada, Grand Cayman, let's assume that Carnival's right on the Bahamas, and since Royal Caribbean never says the Bahamas, I got to assume that that's correct. But clearly on those three that are still have not been, cleared up, unless I come back and tell you that they've been cleared, folks, because when it comes across, it'll be on the show that day. I would highly recommend that you contact your cruise line and get that in writing that you don't have to pre-cruise test for that given cruise, or you're liable to end up at the port that day and they say, oh, no, you have to have pre-cruise testing for going to Grand Cayman, let's say. I'd sure check on it, folks, because it certainly is, to me, is still, their whole idea in straightening out yesterday didn't do much for fixing things other than for the guys on Carnival short cruises going to the Bahamas. So if you're on a 3 or 4 or 5 dayer now that's stopping in Nassau, Freeport, or Princess Key, or what's their other Carnival's other private island? At least now we know that those guys don't have to pre-test. Again, folks, I didn't mind the pre-cruise testing. I've passed every one that I've taken. I've taken a bunch of them. I still have 6 of them down here under my desk, ready to go. Of course, I know 7-day cruises, I still have to pre-cruise test. So, I realize that, at least for now. This is all subject to change. This all could change today again, folks, and it confuses that much more. All right, let's jump over. That's it for the news, by the way. I just wanted that story out just to tell you how unbelievably inconsistent it is. And then the reporters, and some of the people that I get my news sources still have it wrong in places. And other people that do the job like I do have never had it the way it is on the website. I don't know. So anyway, we'll see what happens here in the future. But at least we got rid of the Bahamas yesterday. That's the one thing that good came out of it. Because Royal Caribbean, they just confused things that much more with, saying that, because of the Canada situation. Now we got to wonder if Carnival has it right or does Carnival have it wrong? I don't know. I'm confused. All right, let's go see who's in the chat room. Bonnie's with us. Hi, Bonnie. Mike's here. Hey, Mike. Gretchen's here. In Keene, New Hampshire, it's snowing up there. I thought it snowed up there year round. I'm disappointed. Got to get ready for the party. It's at 12. Very nice. Sorry to take you away, Gretchen. You get ready for the party. You don't have to listen to my insanity. Bonnie says, sorry, I didn't know any of the answers to your questions this morning. I can't even remember the new food stuff that's happening on Carnival. Yeah, I know. I wonder why the cramps. It has something to do with the side effects of the chemo. I had them before, when I was going through hard chemo. And that's when I've actually learned about the mustard. I have no idea why. I mean, why does, I kind of understand why you lose your hair on one chemo, but maybe not the other. Thankfully on the second time around, I'm not losing any hair. And so far, I haven't had the issues with my nails, my toenails and my fingernails that I had before. I mean, they've never entirely cleared up from before. At least my toenails, my fingernails all came back to normal finally. But it was a good year after chemo before my fingernails came back. What the hell does that have to do with chemo? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's it. And well, when I get those cramps, I go run for the mustard. I have to gag getting a spoonful down, but it sure takes care of the cramps. So, Katie's with us. Hi, Katie. Kenneth's with us. Everybody says good morning to everybody. Potassium helps cramps. Bananas help. I didn't know about mustard. Well, now, I've tried the bananas. I love bananas. I mean, that would be, if I could eat a banana and the cramps would go away, I'd have bananas here constantly because I love a banana. Doesn't do it. When I'm in that cramping mode at night, and it's not every night, thank goodness, but when it happens, a banana doesn't help me. I have no idea why. So, yeah, that was always my thought, Bonnie, was that potassium helps with cramps. But these cramps, for some reason, it doesn't. Sonny's with us. Hi, Sonny, down in Mississippi. Kenneth says, "Wow, that's great numbers." Yeah, I was thrilled yesterday with as the numbers just kept rolling in and the notifications I got, and I must have had, I want to say, 100 messages from people that just wanted to know that we listened to your story, how meaningful it was. We wish you the best. We're thinking about you. It was, it was just really nice notes and comments just across the board. It was just unbelievable. What a great day it was for me. So, Hot Air Tom's with us. Hi, Hot Air. Bonnie, listen to the podcast. Sounded familiar. Yeah, they took the original show, the original thing that Crystal had done that on its standalone thing, and put it in a podcast form and edited in the beginning and the end. But yeah, the heart of the podcast you guys probably have heard before. But I mean, the folks on the daily, they hadn't. 1.6 million people on the daily, folks. So 1.6 million people listen to that sucker every day, which means, assuming that they listen to all the shows, I don't know if that happens or not. I don't know their numbers. But anyway, that's the number that they throw out. 1.6 million people listening to that show every day is the average. So that's a lot of people found out about Chillie's cruises yesterday. So, and it's still going this morning, not as fast as yesterday, but I mean the views and so forth are still, so people are still checking the channel out. And I had I don't know, the last time I looked was 11 or 12 more new subscribers, and still the view numbers are way up where they're checking out various things. So yeah, it was just a terrific day. And of course, everybody's still saying hi back and forth. Congratulations from Gretchen. Thank you. Hot Air says, sad news. Someone missed the NCL Sky yesterday. They had an early AM flight from New York to Miami. It was canceled and she didn't make a standby in time. Hope this is not chilly in 2 weeks. Yeah. I know. I have thought about just canceling the flight and biting the bullet and driving. But unfortunately, there are some other issues involved with doing that, Hot Air. I've just got to hope that it works. Yeah, and there's some things that I can't talk about on air that are going on within the household here. So the extra 4 days away would be detrimental, not to me, but to other things. That's the driving time to get to Miami and back. So that's not the reason now. The reason originally that I'm doing that was because it was a flight that I had to use. It had been canceled like 4 times. And it was use it or lose it. So I wanted to use it. So, and then I didn't have a choice on the dates. That was the other weird. It was just a screwed up thing between American with me on that one. But anyway, I've considered canceling and driving, and that's just not in the cards right now. That changes between now and then. I would still might do that and just bite the bullet on the money. Sonny says, I wouldn't use NCL flight right now. Flights 1 or 2 days before departure, only with plan B flights in hand to call on. I know. I'm running a risk. Sonny says, congratulations on this subscriber. Thank you. Testing requirements seem to change every day. It's constant. And until the day that everything is done, there's no more testing, there's no more vaccination requirements, until that's changed, we're just going to have to be ready in a minute's notice to change our thinking on everything. Just like we have been through all of this. It happens, it goes, it changes. So Nikki's with us. Good morning from Nikki and Roger. On the way to the beach to buy shrimp. Wow, nice. No. Oh, that's right. This is the stupid shirt. Yeah, no. And that was from when I got rid of the second wife. I didn't even realize what was on it. That was when the divorce went through. We don't even want to go there anyway. I won't be doing any cruising or traveling for a while. I have carpal tunnel surgery in my near future. Ooh, that's terrible. Possibly right shoulder surgery. Good heavens, you're falling apart, Bonnie. I'm one to talk, right? Hot Air's suggestion, my suggestion is to test with Abbott, EMED, Proctor test 2 days before and be prepared. That's what I'm going to do. As long as I got these tests, at least. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a short cruise now. Oh yeah, I do too. I have a short cruise. No, my cruise on Paradise, I think, is 6 days. I don't remember the number of days. I might have a short cruise booked somewhere. Anyway, but yeah, that's what, if I was on a short cruise today, I'd do the test anyway and just have it on my phone in case I needed it. Here it is, folks, whether you want it or not. There are some people that are using the government test now. And there's a new service that's a lot cheaper that you can call that Proctor's. I'm not sure how it works, but it's cheaper than going the Abbott route. And that's been accepted by some of the cruise lines. I don't have the specifics on that, so I'm not going to talk on that any further till I have everything at hand. Hot Air, no more hairy chest contest on Carnival. Maybe that was for Jason. Yeah, Hot Air, you can't do any more hairy chest contests when you're on your Carnival cruises. Unfortunately, Hot Air is not going to book on a Carnival. I promise you on that. You wouldn't find us on those ships anyway. Now, keep in mind, Hot Air, I was a massive Carnival guy for years. I was trying to figure out, one time recently, I was talking to somebody. I've done 66 cruises now, and I want to say like the first maybe 28 or 29, maybe 30 cruises I did were on Carnival. That's all I knew. Until, actually I started with this channel. That's when I really started spreading out and doing things other than Carnival. When I really found out, when I started looking at what was going on in YouTube and whatnot, to find out that there's a lot more out there that I was just not paying any attention to. So yeah, the last 10 years, obviously, I've changed a lot in that. Let's see here. Hot Air says we have sexy legs contest on Norwegian. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. Gretchen says, I've been missing out lately on your show. Nice to catch up on a special edition. Thank you, Gretchen. You're always welcome here. We know that. Hot Air says, no hair loss yet. Did you get your hair cut? No, it's actually Hot Air. It's still wet from my shower this morning. I just took a shower and it has not dried yet. Oh, thank you, Hot Air Tom, for the super chat. I do appreciate that. Awesome. That super chat's from Cindy. Okay, I just saw that. Thank you, Cindy. Love you, my darling. Yes, I'm going to come give Hot Air Tom a run for his money in a couple weeks. Be ready, Cindy. I am looking so forward to going out and having an adult beverage or two with y'all. That's going to be fun. Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you for your super chat. I do appreciate that also. Somebody just said something from Facebook. Can I get that? It came across my phone and I didn't see. No, that must be a message. Anyway, it doesn't show up on my phone. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, thank you, Bonnie. Sonny says, bye, Gretchen. Have fun today. Kenneth says, nice, can't beat $100 booking fare. Yeah, that's true. Nikki, I love mustard sandwiches as a child. My mother thought I was peculiar. Yeah, but I bet you didn't have any hand cramps. Mustard sandwich. I used to do mayonnaise sandwiches, and that was the same way. I've been more of a mayonnaise person than a mustard person most of my life. But yeah, I do mayonnaise sandwiches quite often. Okay, here. Did you name? I'm digging. Did you? Yeah, I assume that's my pronunciation's right. Did you name? Enjoyed the podcast. Greetings from Sweden. Oh, very nice. Glad to have you aboard. Welcome to the show. That's awesome. Somebody from Sweden pops in. Thank you for coming in. I do appreciate that, and I'm glad you enjoyed the podcast. Sonny says, Bonnie says, yeah, the dollar deposit entices me to book a few cruises. Was looking at the 2024 cruises today. Now I've started looking at a few more too, but I'm trying to hold off. Again, I'm bargain sharpened still, but I'm still starting now to look at what I've got gaps in my schedule that I need to start filling them in. So, was the second wife the tequila wife? No, unfortunately, the tequila wife, the 15-minute marriage, I'll call it, the half marriage, that was after the second one. So, yeah, we don't want to go there again. Kenneth says, we're going to go on cruises. We have booked, then start going on cruises with you guys, bucket list cruises. That's great, Kenneth. We hope to do it. And I tell you what, the only reason I'm not on the cruise with you guys this fall is because I couldn't get a rate like I got on the Symphony of the Seas rate. That's why I jumped all over that one. That one of these days I'll tell you the whole story on that. But anyway, that's why I'm on that. Honey says, after dropping a whole cup of red pasta sauce because of your wrist and having my kitchen look like a sink from a slasher movie, I think I need the surgery. Wow. Lots of people on the September 23rd Prima transatlantic cruise are getting their air info already. Not us yet, still waiting to see what our itinerary will be. Interesting, no real pattern of airports or airlines. NCL did use Aer Lingus and Icelandic Air. Kevin O'Donnell. There's Kevin O'Donnell from the Daily. Kevin, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Anytime you are out and about around 11 o'clock and want to hop in just to see what's going on in travel and cruise industry news, we're here every day. Normally Monday through Friday. This is a special broadcast today, mainly because I knew there was going to be some new guys out there. Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Sonny, I always appreciate that. Anytime you guys, pop in a little donation to help the channel, that's always greatly appreciated. You guys know that. I forgot to mention the drink specialty at the St. Thomas Sky Ride and the Bushwhacker. Those have rum in them. Not going to change me to drinking rum all the time, Hot Air Tom. I will drink rum with you guys when I come visit your suite on the Viking Sky. But I'm still, when I walk up to a bar, I'm ordering my bourbon. I guarantee it. So you're not going to change. Well, of course I do. I will have my Bloody Mary, and I will occasionally have a pina colada. So I'm not 100% bourbon guy, but it's close. Maybe 90% bourbon, and the rest, a few specialty drinks here and there. Sonny says, Hot Air, are you requesting the 2-day flights on NCL at booking? I know if you book NCL flights within 62 days or something, you get what they give you. And you can't request any changes on NCL flights within 60 days of the cruise. Yeah. Kenneth says, so far, what's all going on? The Paradise Cruise and Carnival. The Paradise Cruise changes, Kenneth, is next year. That's in 2023, not 2022. That was another one that there was some confusion about. But, I had that on the show one day this week. The Carnival Paradise, they've canceled 5 cruises, if my memory serves me correctly, going into a dry dock. But that's in the fall of 2023, not 2022. Cindy and I are going to be on Carnival Paradise this year, 2022. 75, Hot Air says, requested booking 75 days is the last time to request a deviation. Usually the air perk goes away around the time you mentioned. There's Jason. I want to drink rum with Hot Air Tom. Man, I tell you, all you got to do is get on a cruise with Hot Air Tom, and I got a feeling you're going to drink rum. That's what it looks like to me. Hi, Jason. Glad to have you on board as usual. Uh-oh, Sex Bomber. Are you still there, Jason? I guess the Chillie didn't like the Miami Vice. I didn't like the Miami Vice. No. I didn't dislike it. And I will drink rum. My sister and brother-in-law drink rum all the time. They have a Cuba Libres quite often. And I'll have a rum that's rum and Coke with a twist of lime is a Cuba Libre. But yeah, I'll do that on occasion. So I'm not totally opposed to rum at all. So that's the way that goes. Anyway, porn guy's back. Yeah, I got it. Jason got it too. One of us got it. Anyway, Andrew Douglas is with us. Love you on the daily. Andrew, thank you and welcome to the show. Again, like I've told some of the other guys from the daily, we do this every day, Monday through Friday. It's normal. And then we do special shows on Saturday when it's up. One of the reasons is because of you guys. Although I did want to, try to clarify that whole conversation between Carnival, what Carnival did and what Royal Caribbean did, and the total confusion. So, but Andrew, thank you for the compliment and welcome to the show. You're always welcome here. Anytime you want to find out anything about what's going on in the world of travel and cruising, we do this every day. If you ever have a question about anything, pop in and stick it in the comments, and I promise you, you'll get answers from 100 people. So, Monkey Tanks says, I'm also here because of your interview on the. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, Monkey Tanks. Monkey Tonks. Oh, I read that wrong. Monkey Tonks. Sorry. Again, welcome. All of you guys, if you and those of you that haven't popped in the chat room that are from the daily, welcome aboard. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the fact that you guys are popping in. That's fabulous. Sonny saying hello to all you guys. That's great. Thank you, Sonny. Hey, Jason says, Chillie, your channel's been blowing up lately. Yeah, boy, it really has. Things are certainly going in a right direction now. So hopefully we can keep it up. I have no idea. I mean, certainly appreciate everybody that came to us from the daily yesterday. No idea how long the carryover will be from that. I'm not familiar with the daily's market per se as to, do people go back and look at past episodes? I just don't know. But anyway, those of you that have joined us or subscribed, we certainly appreciate it. And like I say, you're part of the family now, whether you choose to use it or not. That's up to you. But thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of you guys. Chillie to the moon. Thank you, Jason. All right, that's going to wrap me up for today. Again, folks, I'll monitor the news situation through the day today and tomorrow. If something major happens, I will pop back in tomorrow with another show, or later today if something breaks during the day today. So I'll always be back when something breaks. Or if not, I'll see everybody back here on Monday. If you're new to the channel, we always appreciate thumbs up. That helps the channel out a lot. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. If you hit the bell notification, you'll be notified when I go live or when a new video is up. Hopefully, I'll get back today to working on some of the videos that I've been working on for the last week or so. But that one is yet to be seen. So at any rate, folks, thank everybody for being with me. Especially thank you guys for the super chats this morning. That was just awesome. Always appreciated. So that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully we'll all get together soon on the high seas. This is the old fat travel guy. Have a fantastic day.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.